they really don't want you taking the ratchet straps out of this packaging. They put screws in, Phillips head screws, into the backside after you cut all the other little cables and stuff. Infuriating that people have to steal shit, so then they got to put so many protective measures on, and it's just a stupid little strap. All right, anyway, I am trying to repair the thing the cows damaged this morning, because they just really can't help themselves. They just love to destroy stuff. So last night at 11 o'clock, everything was fine. This morning at 5:30, their water trough was broken, cracked right down the side. Fortunately, I had shut the water off last night because I didn't want it to freeze. But yeah, broken right there. So it's less than half the capacity, and the float valve sitting on the bottom of the tank still overfills it. So I had to go into town after an appointment this morning, worrying about Lana, because she's gotten, now that the SmaXtec Boluses are in some of the cows and some of the data's coming back, it's telling us that Lana's got some issues. Well, we know she has issues. She's about to calve. So while the data isn't fully realized, it is providing some insight. Meanwhile, I am putting in a galvanized trough. It's smaller than that one. We've got to change how we do this. This isn't going to work the way we've been doing it. So I am going to ratchet strap it, hopefully in better situation, better place, better than it was. Because right now, it ain't working. And, I can't stand the fact that my brand new job has left a flooded barn floor. That just makes it wet, and a lot of bacteria can happen because of that. So, all right, I'm gonna put you here. And how are you, sweetie? Joy, who is a heifer who needs to have a bolus put in. Hi, sweetheart. You're not due for a month. Lana, however, just gave a low rumination and a plummeting temperature alert. She could be close to calving, although I don't see these hollows in front of her bones here. Should be deeper if she was opening up the calf, and also her udder isn't particularly large, but she's 5 days out. Lottie's 6 days out. Lottie actually looks like she's gonna calve sooner than later. It's just Lana's health alerts, temperature, rumination, water intake are all down, kind of signaling she could calve. Now, what's really pissing me off is this wet spot in the barn floor because of this. This isn't ideal. They can still knock this off. They get to shoving at each other. I think my next iteration, this was a test to do this, and it got left this way this winter. I think I want to turn it and put it against that wall. Or we may have to get a different watering situation here. We really need a frost-free, non-freezing, insulated waterer there, because that just, it works, but the idea was to go with a smaller trough that was easier to clean, but it is right under where the birds roost, so I should have a lid over it or something. Having good, clean water so the cows get enough to drink at all times is really critical to help keep them healthy, to produce a lot of milk. So I'm not happy that they basically been disrupted, because who knows, I found this at 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning when I noticed the trough was broken. Who knows when they dumped it over. They might have dumped it over when it was full at the beginning of the night instead of, this morning. So they've been out of water this whole time. It's now 2 o'clock. By the time everything was finished, milking and chores and going to my appointment and coming back from Tractor Supply, not ideal. What is ideal, though, is we've got cows lounging. We've got some cows eating. That's what we like. Harmony. Nobody bullying. We've got the 2 heifers at the feed rail, and if I were a better person right now, I would catch them and I would bolus them. Wonder if I can make that happen. I have to run. And then I wouldn't have to do it tomorrow. Nah, nope. My stepping up to throw the headlock caused both of them to back out. Get Astrid. I'm in a time crunch. I'm supposed to be going somewhere right now, so this isn't ideal, so we're gonna wait till the morning. We'll run them through the handling system. I might have to put Lana in the handling pen here overnight, just in case she calves. It'd be okay for her to calve in here. I still have to wash those 2 gates to make the pen that goes in the corner there, and I may end up working on that this afternoon, but I gotta go on another errand right now, so yeah, at least we got some more. And the good news is this broken trough can now become pig feeder. So I'm gonna go feed the pigs in that, because they managed to bury their trough under 2 feet of mud yesterday. Out here washing these gates where they were so mucky. I want to make sure they're sanitized before we reuse them again, because I stupidly left them in the deep bedded pack. I thought, well, if we needed to use them, they'd be there, but I didn't realize they're going to be locked in for so long and get so disgusting. So I got the pressure washer out to do this job, but I can't get it going. I think there must be I drained the whole thing and let it sit out in the warm sun for several days. It was back in the fall, and put it away like I always do. And must have been some water in the hose, or this new hose or something, because I can't get it to spray. So, doing it the slow old-fashioned way. Well, this isn't really getting them clean. I've been doing this for a while and wasting a lot of hot water. I'm gonna let them sit and put the machine in a house so it doesn't freeze. Maybe it'll warm up, and I can use it tomorrow first thing, because I also have a problem. I'm gonna have to weld a bracket or get a new one of the clamp-on ones tomorrow, because that one's torn off. I so much more prefer feeding the cows in the evenings when I don't have to be chasing around behind them in the barn there to bed and fight off the heifers. Yeah, so they're already bedded for the night. I'm just giving them their supplement and topping up the silage. Before I do it's 8 o'clock now. I do the last check at 11. I actually want to start coming out here a little bit early, but earlier, because once we start milking at night again, this will be about the time they get out here. So this isn't odd. Somewhat between 7:30 and 8 is when they'll be getting this. In fact, the milkers will be getting their grain ration in the parlor. We won't be feeding them out here. They'll just be getting the silage pushed up. But yeah, it's also the way right now I'm giving the dry cows their minerals at night. So they're on restricted grain because they don't need the extra energy until after they calve. Just looking at Lana is soon to calve. So the 3 dry cows who are going to calve in the next week or 2 don't need a lot of grain. So they don't get the grain that the milkers get in the morning in the parlor. And I pour a little different blend for them and their dry cow minerals in front of them at night. And then the rest of the cows get the grain ration they would get if they were milking. So if they were milking twice a day. So anyway, so another couple weeks we'll be milking again twice a day. And this will be about the time that I get out here to push up the silage anyway. There's a good girl. We'll be able to receive the latest intelligence. Wi-Fi enabled cow. And we initialize the bolus, and then we activate it. As soon as that starts flashing, we know it's active. There we go. Flashy, flashy, active. Now I scan it. Okay, TH, Astrid. Move her to the bolus cows and save. All right. This in the bolus gun. Bolus the cow. Hello, pretty Astrid. Hello, sweetie. You gonna behave? You gonna be a pretty girl? And behave? Oh my God, you got a fucking strong mouth. Good.
And then they just swallow that. They swallow the whole bolus gun. For those of you wondering, cows do only have teeth on the lower half.
Further.
He's not pushing it in, she's actually swallowing it using her tongue to bring the shaft down. And then he pushes the release to let the bolus go by, and then we watch her lick her nose, and then we know she's fully swallowed. And give her lots of love and scratches. She also just got a new collar and bell because she lost the other one. I have an
Saturday the 7th of March. I am grabbing a bale, the second bale. I brought the first silage bale down to the cows, one of the older bales, and I am now bringing one of the newer bales down to them. I don't want to give the older bales that were high in potassium and all that mold. Unfortunately, the last dozen or so bales haven't been moldy, but I think this one had some torn wrap, so it'll probably be moldy. I'm not going to give that to the cows until Lonnie and Lana have freshened. Potassium and any kind of salt like sodium causes them to retain fluid, causes their edema to be bad when their udder swells up, and it can be quite painful. So I want to withhold those potassium. That's partly why I've been just feeding the new bales. It has depressed our milk volume quite a bit, but I think it's better off for the cows that are going to calve, Libby, Lana, and Lottie. Now, Lottie and Lana are due to calve in the next 4 and 5 days. The SmaXtec Bolus has now added a calving indicator to their chart. So it's monitoring rumination, temperature, body temperature, water drinking, and activity. And within the period saying that they're going to calve, and it's saying, okay, high activity, low water, low rumination, low body temperature are all indications of a cow that's going to calve. And so depending on the combination of those elements, it adds this calving indices. And Lottie and Lana just had the calving indicator added to their charts, and it looks like both physically and chart-wise that Lana is going to be the candidate for the first calving, although they are supposed to be calved within a day of each other. So we're just going to see. I'm not going to add the moop. I'm not going to use the moop call because we have this other indicator. We're going to try and just solely go off of the SmaXtec data. I know it's new, and really they should have had 2-3 weeks of data before they calve to be sure, but I'm also, looking at physical indications. So we're gonna go with that. We're gonna try and just solely go with SmaXtec data to determine when they're gonna calve. Now Libby also is gonna calve, but she's gonna calve a week later. She's 17th, 18th, or 19th of March. I don't know which. And she's not physically looking ready. So, but all 3 of these cows have calved earlier and later. Lottie, like 15 days after her calving window. I think one of the last times. So, yeah, they've calved on either side of their actual calving date, which is 280 days from the day that they were inseminated or proven to take. So we're just gonna see. So I've been getting ready. I pressure washed the panels, the gates for the calving pen to set up in the barn. We installed those today after we bolused the last 2 cows, Astrid and Joy, the heifers. So hopefully everybody's bolused, 11 cows, 11 boluses in. That's as much as we're doing now. As soon as the front heifers come of age, basically 14 months old, then we can bolus them. So we'll be bolusing Cassie and Aurora in June maybe, or maybe we'll just wait and do them when Io and Demeter become available, old enough to bolus. Because we don't really, other than breeding, we kind of don't need them to be bolused, other than to know when to breed them. So, and also we want to wait a little bit because I know we bred Cassie the other day, and if that took, then she'll calve on the 1st of December. And that's okay. December calving is okay, but ideally we really want to push end of February, March, and April as our prime calving period, which is what we have today. I mean, Bridgie being born in the 1st of February, she was an outlier. And we had a long time to get nettle bred back. And that's also, we're hoping that the SmaXtec information allows us to more effectively, it's better for the cow's health, and also it shows that they're in good health, that they can be bred back within the, just after the first 100 days of being in milk. And that gives them a good window, so they calve basically a year after they calved before. so we're trying to tighten up that spring calving window and also have a fall calving window. And bunch them up, because the calves do better when there's a group of them. We do better when there's a group of calves, and not like this year where they're strung out all over the summer. More than half of them will be born over the course of the summer. All right, there's quite a bit of agitation going on with the cows. I'm gonna get this bale placed. It is very mild today, upper 40s, and kind of rainy. So we're seeing some, fortunately not too dramatic, snow melt, which is good. I prefer it not to melt all at once. Because that just makes a muddy mess. Better if it's slow and steady. All right, I'm done placing the bale. Yeah, so it's gonna be warm, upper 40s today. It's gonna be over 50 tomorrow, theoretically. And some warm days this coming week, but then it's gonna go down into the cellar again with some teens. Temperatures in the teens overnight and 20s during the day. So yeah, typical March weather. Spring, you nasty thing. I am ready for warmth. I am ready for some sunny, warm days. It's a damp, chill, cold March day today out there. Well, I'm down here at the barn setting up a birthing pen for Lana, just to separate her out from everybody. We got the calving signal that she could be due to calve tomorrow. I also physically think the physical signs are there that she could calve tomorrow. I'm going to throw the moo call on her because this is the first time we are using the SmaXtec system, and we're going into night, and it's going to be a little cold tonight. I am just going to put some extra shavings in her pen right now. Cows are wild. It's always the case. We really need more barn space. But at least they won't harass Lana overnight. All right, we're just going to leave Lana here in her pen. Mabel is not happy. She's beating on the gates. And the other cows now have this much less space in here. They're all agitated. But hopefully Lana will find a little bit of comfort here. Water and some silage. So it is pre-dawn. I am headed down to check Lana because at 4:30 we had a calving alert. And there's usually a second one an hour later. And we haven't got that yet. Now, the SmaXtec Boluses says she's in the calving window, but the line is also not consistent to how I think it should be. I'm just going to come down here and check her first thing, even before walking dogs. Hello, ladies. How are we doing? How we doing, Lana, love? How we doing, sweetie? Doing all right? A little bit of water. How you doing, sweetheart? Yeah. Good girl, Lana. I think your water just broke. Good girl, sweetie. You're doing great, Lana, love. All right, looks like she's going to be progressing here for a few minutes. I can go up and walk the dogs. I can have coffee. How's this? Huh. Yeah, water's a little full. I just make sure the trough isn't going to overflow on us today. First night above freezing. So that's a good thing. All right, let's go have some coffee. Get ready for this baby. I'm just down here bringing supplies. We're getting set up to milk. I thought I'd check on Lana. It's only been 45 minutes. She's had a calf. Well, hello, good girl. Look at what you did. I'm so proud of you. A nice, healthy little kid. Oh, good girl. Just making up a bucket of Tang for Luna. Astronaut juice, cow juice. We always like to give cows a 5-gallon bucket of water right away with little electrolytes, something to give them some energy and to help restore any lost momentum from calving. And also going into calving, cows don't drink a lot, so they're really thirsty after calving, plus the physical exertion. Just like having a bottle of Gatorade. So anyway, a little warm water for her helps her replenish her lost moisture and hydration, but also fills the void, more importantly, that the calf just took, so that her stomach can't twist. Is that good, Lana? Don't spill it, darling. Don't spill it. Here you go, sweetie. There you go. You go finish it. You gonna have one of your own, Lottie?
fish in this marvelous thing called the udder. Stand up.
All right, that's a win. Nice, healthy little bull calf, born to Lana. Lottie's gonna calve in the next day or so. Beautiful, mild day in the upper 40s right now. Lucked out, and it wasn't that cold overnight. Well above freezing, so looks like we're in a warming trend, and that is fantastic, given that we've got another calf coming, and then another one a week after that. Just parked the skid steer here because I'm going to use it later to scoop up some bedding and put it in and rebed the barn with another layer. And I'm just going to go in and check on Lana and Miles, the new bull, and give Lana some of this silage from out here so she can have something to eat in there. It is a glorious day. It's 55 degrees out. Sun is shining. There's a light breeze. Perfect day for melting snowpack. Slowly and steadily, and let it absorb into the ground and let the ground thaw out. I should be working on the heating system. The water's flowing. Hey, I don't have to. This is good. Yesterday I hooked up the permanent hose, semi-permanent anyway, to the cow trough. And it's doing good. I don't have to mess with pulling hoses in anymore because as of now, we no longer have nights in the teens. Everything's in the high 20s. So even if a hose freezes overnight, it's not going to freeze solid, and it's going to thaw out first thing in the morning. I'm not worried about freezing lines right now. It is a little bit of a concern until we're above freezing at night for the boiler system. As soon as that happens, I'll do that. I've got SmaXtec training seminar, webinar, or let me redo that. I've got a SmaXtec training Zoom call here in an hour or so that I've got to go to, and that'll teach me a lot more about interpreting the data we're getting from the boluses. Although I gotta say, the data, the alert came that she was going to calve last night, and so I came down and put her in the pen, and very first thing this morning, kind of like I thought she would, she calved. So yeah, we threw the moo call on her tail just as extra insurance, and sure enough, it was on the money this time as well. All right, Astrid is a little bit agitated. They don't like the fact that I've stolen this corner from them laying down. So, I got cows everywhere. I'm gonna get her some silage so she can eat. I'm gonna check her buckets. She did manage to drink more. That's good. Looks like she's past her afterbirth as well. And little boy Moo is doing great.